Welcome to a training video we're doing so you understand how to run this tender. What's a tender mean, Sam?
Tender is basically just a tanker truck. It's to haul water to the scene, whatever the scene may be. Yep. This one carries 3,000 gallons.
This is an 08 Kenworth that has a Fouts body on it. Fouts is a company that does all of the specialty pumps and everything else for this, and Sam's going to take us through step by step on how to get it started and then how to get water out of it. So Sammy, take it over. You got to get the power on first.
So the first thing you're going to do, right inside this door, there's a disconnect switch. Off, on.
So you get that on, the lights come on back here, Sam, and then
power's on.
Okay.
We're going to get the cab here, and on our left hand side there's something that looks like a key.
Right.
You turn that on
to the on position.
On position. Right. And when it's cold, there'll be a light here that says wait to start. It's a good idea to let it cycles the glow plugs so the engine starts easier. So with that, we're running.
Okay, so let's say we're getting ready to go to the scene of a fire. What are some of the switches? Maybe go through them slowly so we can capture them here.
These are your emergency lights. We like to leave them on. This master switch turns on all of your lights. These are scene lights. That just gives you a little extra light at night. And then your siren, to turn it on, simply, and you can scroll through the different functions of it, and then push both to kill it. And then you've got an air horn. Air horn there as well.
Wow, before you can move it, you got to let the air brake go, correct?
Yes. So now if we're going to go, if we're rolling, push this in, we put our foot on the brake, and push D. And you can feel the truck kind of want to go on its own. To stop, just push N, and reverse is R. That's basically all you need to know about that. We have chains that'll drop down. They only work going forward.
You're going slowly forward, right?
Yeah.
You hop up 5 miles an hour?
Yeah, 5-10 miles an hour at the most.
Drop down change in the snow.
Yep.
Anything else on the dashboard that's important? How about headlights?
Headlight switch is right here.
Just like in a car.
Just like in a car. Okay. Turn signals are here. And you've got four-way hazards right there as well. That'll kill your lights. Now the next thing we'll talk about is how to get water out of this.
Okay.
With the truck stopped like this, brake set, this switch right here is PTO. And you can hear the pump take off.
Power takeoff, so the power is coming from the motor, connecting to the pumps in the back.
Correct.
Nothing can be engaged unless that switch is thrown.
Yep.
And you have to does have to be in neutral to throw that switch, correct?
I think I've always been taught to do it with it in park, or with the park brake on neutral, not moving. Just give it a flip.
Okay.
You can hear the pump running right now. So basically that's how to get the truck started, and once you get to this point, you can get out and start getting some water out of it.
Now we got to get some water out of this puppy. But first,
once your PTO's in, I like to do, so I don't forget, let's come back here, and in this cabinet, there's a set of chocks. There's a short section of plumbing in here that'll freeze, so we leave this drain open. That left closed, but you can see that little bit of water that comes out, and that will freeze up going down the road, so we like to leave that open.
And so when you get on scene, you turn it clockwise and close it.
Yep.
You always want to make sure that's closed before you do any of the stuff up above.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So then the second thing, we've got our tank to pump switch. When we want to hold this, and you can hear it running, hold it until the green light comes on. Got it. Okay, so then at that point, to get water out of the booster reel on the rear, which we use quite often, you pull this out. So then, by doing that,
That charges the booster reel.
We've made this back here live.
Which means that's hot, so.
It's got water in it.
Right.
And
That pulls out, you manually pull that out, and then this is the hose reel rewind, correct?
Yes, go ahead, Jim.
Okay.
Wind it up. Easy.
Be careful with that.
Okay. So
that's charged now because you pulled that.
and for a quick, grass fire along the road or something, that works really well. But we've also got above, under here, we've got 3.5" soft hose. They're called a pre-connect or cross-lay.
Yep.
What makes this a little confusing is this says 2.5, but this is actually 1.5" hose. This one's 1.5". So the front is 1.5" pre-connect.
Okay. Oh, they're color coded here. Blue
They
to
are
blue,
blue and yellow.
yellow to yellow. Okay.
Yes.
What about the one in the middle, Sam?
That is 2.5"
Okay.
hose for one of these discharges.
Okay.
Well, this is a suction. This is discharge.
If you wanted a 2.5" hose coming off of this, that hose would go to here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The thing you want to remember is you want to have, if you're going to use this one, you want to have that hose out.
Absolutely.
Before you ever pull this, or else it looks like a snake.
Well,
coming out of
it
that.
can kill somebody too. Once it's charged, it goes all over.
So you've got 2 pre-connects, and then you've got a discharge here. And if you're going to take water from another truck via 2.5" hose, this is where you would hook it up.
Okay.
And you've got wrenches for that purpose right here. There's some 2.5" in here as well, and a variety of things. You've got a hydrant valve, some fittings. You can make a lot happen right there. The other thing that you can do to fill this truck, if you can't get close enough to the water, and we'll go through this, but with this green hose and this pump over here, so if we were to fill from a creek, this gives you a lot of flexibility. This being the suction side.
Yellow to yellow.
Female on that end. Male here.
Nails in there. So you would start the pump first, let the line be charged before you open it to the tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So this could be, this is 100 feet?
it is.
So you could be 100 feet plus this, close to a creek?
More, whatever you need
Right.
to fill.
We could add more. You could add more.
Jim?
So if you were drafting anywhere, there's a fire that's continuous, you're likely to reload. You'd leave this, your pump, your connection line, and then take your truck.
Yep.
And just leave everything ready to go.
Yep.
Turn the pump off, but once you get a good source of water.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing that's key to this is to take this bucket, get some water out of the stream,
And prime it.
and fill this before you ever start it. Fill that until the water comes out the top. You should be able to fill the truck, I believe, in 15 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that.
Well, that completes our basic stuff of getting water in.
With this right here, this is how you would fill this truck with a fire hydrant. That hose goes to the hydrant,
Right.
it goes into your female end.
This would allow you to open the hydrant and then gradually open this, charge your line, go to your truck.
And if you're gonna keep using it, you can close it right there.
Right. But this on the hydrant itself, and then this side.
That female here.
Good. Got it.
That allows you to open and close that small valve instead of constantly opening and closing the hydrant.
Right.
That's hard on them.
Okay, so last thing is the black one.
This will actually let you draft from a stream or a drop tank or whatever it is with the pump on the engine itself. So to do this, we want to have everything closed.
So all these closed, this closed.
Everything closed. We're going to take this cap off. Okay, so we're going to hook this bad boy up. There's another piece there
If you need it.
if you need it, which you probably would.
So in other words, we just get this extra piece and that would go to the truck and then this would be connected
Correct.
back. Okay.
Correct.
So this gives you about 20 feet if you pulled close enough.
Yeah, like off of a bridge or something. This pump will lift more, I believe, than that one.
One thing to mention is that you've got 3,000 gallons. Water's 8 pounds a gallon. You have 12 tons.
It's a
So
lot of
any
weight.
bridge you're on, any bridge you're crossing, this thing is extremely heavy and you got to be aware of that. Plus when you're driving it.
And it's a stable truck.
Yeah.
It's probably the most stable tanker truck I've ever driven. It's nice.
Drives like a car.
It does.
But when it's half full, you do get a little bit of that sway, or the
Sloshy.
water sloshing around. doesn't
And it
it?
is baffled. You can see where
Yeah.
you welded those. So
Okay.
with this hooked up, everything needs to be closed. We're gonna pull this.
You should prime it.
And you want to let that run until you see a spit come out.
Until the
And that-
water overflows down below.
down below. What that'll tell you, and you'll see it, especially when this is clean, you'll see that water come up, and when it disappears and it spits, it's prime. So then at that point, you have water available through the pump. If you wanted to, you can use any of these, and you're using creek water instead of the tank.
Right.
To fill the tank, you have to pull this tank refill,
Okay.
and then you can watch your level right here. That's how you would fill the tank with this.
So everything you do with this truck is right here.
It is.
Other than the PTO inside, chalking the wheels, this is where the engineer gets
This is
off.
where you work.
He stays busy right here. Don't go anywhere else.
This is where you
Right.
operate.
Okay.
So,
Probably the most important safety tips would be chalking.
chalking
Don't ever charge one of these
without having
with
a pole.
It's got to be out because it'll just do a snake on you. And, Okay, and make sure your PTO's engaged because you can hear that if you know.
And you'll know right away because nothing will happen.
Right.
You'll know. On this side of the truck, we've got a fold-out tank. It's a really nice setup. Just open these little holders. This thing folds out into a 3,000 gallon portable tank. So
You take the tank out,
set it
and
up
bring
here,
it, set it right here.
and then we do what we always don't want to do. Don't screw with this, but pull this lock, pull that lever, and your 3,000 gallons comes out into the tank. These are just another set of 2.5 inch discharges. I've never used them, never seen them used, but you could.
Okay. And then you have visual on your tank capacity here.
You can see the plastic liner inside and how much water's in there. Which right now it's completely full. Open our tank to pump. You gotta wait for the green light. It seems like forever, but there we go. Once our guy has the reel off, you want to hang on to that? Okay, so once we know that our guy's got a hold of that, we can open that up, like a bracket, and then we can up the pressure by turning this. And you've got a tachometer here that'll show you how many RPM. And then you can see your discharge pressure. So Jim's getting about 65 or 70 PSI right now. And I can up the ante. this should always be on. What that does, if I give him too much pressure, it'll pop off and it'll dump the excess pressure out the bottom so you don't hurt anybody or blow a hose up. To shut her down, it's the same procedure. Wait for the yellow light. You got it? Then we turn the yellows off. When we get back to the station in the wintertime, it's a good idea to open this. Real simple. Let it run out on the floor.
Sam, it's the dead of winter. This is gonna freeze in just a minute. I think we should put the truck away.
Yep, I agree, Jim.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.